Okay guys, so I got actually an awesome amount of feedback yesterday from friends and a couple people I didn't know, and they all kind of were asking me the same question, that for them the bite has been really slow this year, and that they couldn't get fish to be aggressive, and talking about how many fish we were catching, and it's true, half the fish that we caught were after my GoPro died, and half the ones that we did catch before I didn't put on video. A lot of them I was kind of using this guy right here, which essentially is nothing more than, it looks like it to me like an old Strike King, like a shad of some kind. I think this actually came out of my grandpa's old tackle box that was given, it was in a boat that me and my brother have now, and that little guy was just sitting in there, and I thought I would try and catch some fish with it. There was actually 3 of them in there, and the first one that I started using was like a blue and red color, and I absolutely killed it with that one, and I ended up losing it. It's heartbreaking or whatever, but it caught plenty of fish. Anyways, this one you can actually see, I don't know how good you can see, I guess, but it's really beat up, and it's like missing little specks of paint and stuff, and it's from catching fish. I mean, it's really from those fish just destroying it. So that was the main thing that I was using yesterday to really locate fish. When I couldn't get it done, or when I thought that they were still in there and that I could throw something else to get them, I would toss in just a normal black and blue jig. And I originally was using a color that makes more sense with this, but I wasn't getting anything off of it until we moved kind of the other side of the pond. And I decided to throw this on, which is it's a net bait, baby pack craw, and I just chewed about an inch of it off and threw it on there, and absolutely just started killing it, just getting a ton of bites with this once I threw it on, and really it came more into play once the video was off, but was definitely getting a lot with this. But it was good to locate the fish with this and then switch to something else that would be more, basically more, a little bit more finessey to get some of those bigger fish to commit. And when I wasn't using that, I would just throw in normal craw on this weighted hook with the piece of barb coming off of it there, and that did really well too. A lot of I didn't use it at all the other day, but this year I have been getting all sorts of crazy good bite days off of spinner baits, and white ones in particular. I'm not exactly sure why, but I've had really good color with the wider, lighter colored ones. Also, this one is kind of obnoxious with the, it's like a 4 1/4 or whatever on it, but it works, and I didn't use it the other day, but I have used this same one to catch fish. This one's brand new though. I have caught fish on Topwater this year, but that was more of just kind of I'm a big Topwater guy, and so I just I can never let it go. As soon as I think I can get a bite, I'll get out there and try and catch them on Topwater because it's so fun. The ones that I have caught this year have both, for as far as these type of Topwater baits go, the white mouse, which never catches me anything, and it's caught me a few this year already. So white mouse has been working for me. I've thrown the brown mouse, hasn't done anything. I think I maybe caught one with a frog, not this one. It was a little bit bigger one. This one's kind of a dink. I don't even know where it came from. And the other guy that I have taught it on is this Rebel Popper R. I've caught a few with this already this year. And I feel like this is a bait that I use more in the fall than I do now. and summer, but it definitely is, it's workable right now. I just like, it really depends what the fish want. But as always, it's such a stupid thing to say, I guess, but you know, sometimes the fish will just be absolutely feeling this when I show up, and sometimes they just want me to tie something else on the reel, and so that's what I'll do. Which really brings me to I'll go over these baits really quick. So I said this one, it's the baby packer craw. I looked like I was drunk when I got these because none of these are by the same company. I love the Berkeley Power Worm. I've been using this thing since I was a kid. I got the Zoom Super Speed Craw, and these things are obviously, I mean, a ton of people use these. They're a really good bait. They are, I don't want to say like heavier, but they are, I feel like these are, to me, these are two completely different things. Obviously they're two different colors, but they definitely both react differently in the water. And last I have these, which I haven't used all too much, but I'm excited to, you know, for just Texas rigs, Carolina rigs, wacky rigs, stuff like that. But the Swarm, so I'm excited to give those a try too. Also, what I was throwing the other day on this, the old power worms that I showed you, is sometimes I will throw if I'm throwing like a netter type rig, I will throw a nail into this guy, into the end of it, and I don't really have a hook in front of me, but kind of like delicately hook it through there, so it will just kind of stay and rub along the bottom like that, and really give you a good presentation. Sometimes I'll use like an actual worm, but it really works well in the spring to get fish to commit by just giving them that like extra little bit of encouragement because of the movement and stuff like that, and it's really finessey. It really is a really natural look, and this can even work for you like definitely in places that like not like we were fishing yesterday. This is a good thing to throw in like a pond where that is getting a lot of traffic and everything else, and you can easily get really good bites with a rig like this almost any time of the year, but spring is a really great time. Really quick last thing, both the rods that I was using yesterday are both very inexpensive rods. This is, I mean, honestly, they're very, very, very inexpensive. This is a Abu Garcia, and it's the Pro Max next generation. It's if I believe, yeah, it's a 7.2 medium heavy. It really, this rod is good for so many things. I use it all the time. I actually, even though it's a cheap rod and everything else, I really like the reel on it. It's really dependable. It can put out very decent casts. This is a really, really, really inexpensive stick right here. This is a something anyone can go buy for, man, probably like $60 or something. I don't even think it's very expensive at all. This is the Ugly Stick Elite right here, guys, and it's actually a great rod. It's a 6.6 medium heavy, and I throw this thing a lot. I've taken this thing like into all sorts of little areas that that, you know, you'd really want a smaller rod and everything. There's little places on that pond that this little rod is great for, like being under trees and stuff, and it's just that it will not break, like, obviously, even if you caught a sturgeon probably, but it might break your line, obviously, but it's an awesome pull. You know, I mean, it's really just all personal preference when it comes to your pulls and everything else, and I like nice pulls, but you know, it gets expensive and everything else, and you know, I am happy with these poles for their price point and quality, for sure. I mean, this is a pole that literally anyone can go pick up, and and to me learn what they're doing, especially the Pro Max over the Shakespeare. This reel was a little bit harder for me to get the feel of or whatever, and I think it was more that it needed to be broken in a little bit. I mean, it was kind of strange, you know, how much I feel like more I like this pole than I did, and maybe that's just an ugly stick thing in general. I don't know, but it is. I would definitely recommend this stick to any beginner. The Pro Max Abu Garcia is a great reel. 711. This is a 631, and they make these both in, or no, 621. Sorry, they make these both in a whole bunch of different. Actually, I don't know if they make this particular one in anything but a 711. This is a 711, and I love it. It really could freaking catch a salmon on that thing if you wanted to. Anyways, guys, I hope this video helped you at least a little bit if you're struggling with some Idaho spring bass fishing. And stay tuned, more videos to come.